Hey there, this is Matt once again, and this time another video of a collection and discussion of another action star, this one of Michael Dudikoff. This is a guy who became most famous for, of course, American Ninja. And this is a Blu-ray from Olive Films, which has the making of American Ninja with Sam Firstenberg, the director, Michael Dudikoff, the actor, Judy Aronson, screenwriter Paul DeMilch, stunt coordinator Steve Lambert. You also have a commentary and a trailer. I reviewed the American Ninja films on my channel if you're interested. This is a great flick, entertaining. Michael Dudikoff and Steve James do a wonderful job. This is a fun canon film movie, American Ninja. Pretty much just a disc and advertisement inside. I also did a review of the Blu-ray. So there's a review of the movie, and when I talked about the Blu-ray, I also talked about the movie as well. So there's, I think, at least 2 reviews for this film. And then my favorite of the series, American Ninja 2. I thought this one, I liked the first one a lot. This one, I felt there was more with Michael Dudikoff and Steve James together. The score by George S. Clinton is wonderful. I love the score. It's entertaining, has a B-movie plot, has some fun humor. Steve James is a riot, especially during the bar fight. It's a party! Miss Steve James. There he is right there at the bottom, fighting a ninja. And Dudikoff, he was one of those guys that he worked well. He had the look, and he had sort of a Clint Eastwood squinty look to him, and he delivered his lines just fine. I would say more than fine compared to others. And he has sort of that cool, low-key demeanor to him. So Michael Dudikoff, good action hero. And this is definitely one of my favorites of Dudikoff's. And like I said, my favorite of the American Ninja films. There's a review of this on the channel too, for those interested to hear more of my thoughts. And for those wondering, yes, I do have American Ninja 3. It has nothing to do with Michael Dudikoff, but I do have 3. I don't have 4 and 5. I've seen them once. I ranted on them. The rants for 4 and 5 are on the channel. I think American Ninja 4 with Dudikoff, and American Ninja 5 with David Bradley, which wasn't supposed to be an American Ninja film, but then they just put the title on it to sell it. I think 4 and 5 fucking suck. Again, if you want to hear more of my thoughts, the rants to those 2 pieces of shits are on my channel. As well as my review for this, which is I can watch it for Steve James. David Bradley, there's one film he did I truly like, and it's Hard Justice. But I'm not a big David Bradley guy. I definitely say I prefer Dudikoff. But yeah, I can watch this for Steve James, but I have a review of this up too. Now, if you're wondering for features, the second film has a little making of with Sam Firstenberg, the director, actors Michael Dudikoff and Gary Conway, executive producer Avi Lerner, and stunt coordinator B.J. Davis, and it has a commentary. And then this one has a couple interviews with director Cedric Sundstrom, executive producer Avi Lerner, writer Gary Conway, and a trailer. No commentary, just a couple interviews. No David Bradley. David Bradley sort of disappeared. I don't know whatever happened to David Bradley. He disappeared into thin air. So, yeah. Then, I would think most people would talk about when you mentioned Michael Dudikoff, Avenging Force. This is a film that grew on me. It was a bit iffy the very first time I saw it back in the day, but I reviewed this film a few years ago. The review, I believe, should still be on the channel. If not, I do enjoy this movie. This sort of did the hard target type of thing before it, where you have this group of people that like to hunt men for sport. But it's also mixed in with they're also this terrorist group called Pentangle, and this manhunt they like to do for fun in Louisiana. Michael Dudikoff is trying to protect his best friend Steve James and his family. What happens to those characters, I wasn't the biggest fan of. But once again, it has a good score by George S. Clinton. These two actors are great together. You have an on-camera interview with star Michael Dudikoff, commentary of Sam Furstenberg and Michael Dudikoff, and an intro from the director. The commentary, I remember not being the most interesting thing. I felt like they haven't seen the film in a while. Nice to have Michael Dudikoff in an on-camera interview, though. So, this was released by Tino Lorber. Nice to have some features on there. But yeah, Avenging Force. I always remember the VHS cover. Like, this is an alright cover, but I like the VHS cover a lot more. I think he's like holding a crossbow, which I don't think he uses in the movie, but just a VHS cover I remember from when I was a kid. Yeah, this is a fun flick. Then you have this one, which was a gift long ago from a very nice person, Platoon Leader. This is a pretty damn decent Vietnam movie starring Michael Dudikoff as part of the Canon film library. Maybe a little bit more serious than usual Canon film. Michael Dudikoff did a really good job acting-wise. You also have William Smith, Brian Libby from Silent Rage, directed by Aaron Norris, who is related to Chuck Norris. And I won't give much away, but if you can find this to watch, and if you're a Michael Dudikoff fan, this is definitely a good flick. Definitely one of Dudikoff's better movies, Platoon Leader. So I won't give much away. I think this recently got a Blu-ray release and a 2-pack with this and Soldier Boys. Because I think I saw my friend Mike OCP show it in a video. So again, I do believe this is now on Blu-ray in the US, but I'm fine with this DVD. I do have a region-free Blu-ray player, so this will play fine. So, and plus it's nice to have it by itself. Who knows, maybe one day I'll pick it up. Because the other film on that, I have on a DVD-R that someone sent me long ago, Soldier Boys. And the reason he sent me a DVD-R of this is because for the longest time this film was not on DVD, but now it's on Blu-ray. And it was nice to have for the Michael Dudikoff collection. And I remember not hating this film. It's definitely a lot better than Hot Boys, which when I did my Jeff Speakman discussion, I briefly mentioned that. Thankfully I don't own it, but I remember seeing it back in the day. And Hot Boys is hot ass. Not even hot ass, more like ugly fat ass. But this one, I guess in a way kind of reminds me of another movie called Band of the Hand, which I reviewed and I saw. I enjoy. I would put Band of the Hand a little bit above this, but that one, this guy who was a soldier trains these kids, but then they take care of stuff in an urban environment, while this is in a jungle environment, in a war environment. I remember not hating this film. I haven't seen this film in forever. I remember not hating this film as I thought I would. Just like boys and you spell with a Z, you know, how good could it be? But I remember this not being too terrible compared to other movies. There's another one I reviewed, more of a thriller than an action film. This was sent to me, very nice guy, Till from Germany. This is a guy, from time to time, he'll send me the most insane packages, and every time it's Christmas. Anytime he does, it's Christmas. Like every once in a while, hey, I'm gonna send you a package, and anytime it's just like, holy shit, like gold, like a treasure chest. So if Till, if you're watching from Germany, once again, thank you so much throughout the years for the insane packages you've sent. And one of them had this movie in it, Midnight Ride, which had Michael Dudikoff as a cop who he's injured, and he has an argument with his wife, his girlfriend or wife, who leaves him, and Dudikoff is chasing her down to get her back, talk it out with her, and is a little bit obsessed with it too. But then she comes across Mark Hamill, who is a guy from a mental institution who is nuts, who's crazy. This is sort of an early predecessor to him being the Joker on the voice of him on the Batman cartoon, Batman the Animated Series. So a fun performance by Mark Hamill. Nice to see Dudikoff, and more of a thriller. Has some nice action bits still, because it's released by Canon Pictures. But it's not... And there's some nice stunt work. Yeah, it was kind of cool to see these two actors in the same movie. And yeah, there's some really good stunt set pieces, including one where Mark Hamill straps Dudikoff to this car and tries to hit him with a car in front of him while on the road. So this is worth a watch if you can find it to take a look. Let's see, what do I talk about next? I would say this is one of my favorite ones, because I thought this was just a straightforward, entertaining action film released by Canon, directed by David Worth. Chain of Command. The plot's not going to do anything for you. It's international tug of war, a death squad blows up an oil depot. Agents shadow him like a poison cloud. Soldiers rain a steel hail of bullets on him. His adversaries have taken their best shot. Now he's taking his. I just remember just being an entertaining, fast-paced, 90-some minutes, good bits of action, body count. Arlie Ermy, may rest in peace, he has a role in this, supporting role. Just entertaining, direct-to-video popcorn flick. Chain of Command. I had fun with this movie. And I like the cover, simple but effective. So now these others, I know he did a film called The Human Shield, which I haven't seen forever, but I don't own. I don't even know that's out on DVD. A lot of these aren't too great. I mean, I'll get to this one, which is alright, but this was sent to me long ago. Rescue Me. Very nice gift for the Michael Dudikoff collection. And yes, I know it's a bootleg, but I'm fine with it, because I don't think this film is even released on DVD, at least as far as I know. It's not. Could be wrong. But it is Michael Dudikoff and a young Stephen Dorff. And I don't love the movie. I thought it was so-so to okay. I thought these two were fine in the flick. Pretty much this girl that Stephen Dorff has a crush on gets kidnapped, and he sort of hires this guy, Michael Dudikoff, and the both of them try to rescue her back from these crooks who are sort of bundling crooks. It's more of a comedy with a little bit of action. It's a PG-13 film, so it's not a hard-hitting canon film. And yeah, you could probably tell Dudikoff did a lot of films with Canon, because I think Canon Films felt he was the new star. Like, they had older guys like Charles Bronson and Chuck Norris. Now here's the new guy. And you tell from certain interviews, it seemed like they promised him, Golden Globus promised him the world. Like, they promised him, you're going to be Captain America. You're going to be Spider-Man. And none of that happened because of their poor business decisions, which is too bad. Does I just see Michael Dudikoff as Captain America? Spider-Man? If you make a Spider-Man, Sure, an actual man. And movies like this and what was the other movie? Bounty Hunters shows he can have a good sense of humor. So, yeah, I would give him a shot. And yeah, I could definitely see him with Captain America, but they never, for some reason, they gave it to the 1990 movie. Captain America would not have been saved if it was Dudikoff, but it would have helped. But yeah, this is it's there, but I'm not a big fan of the movie. These are pretty lame, I will admit, but I have them for the Michael Dudikoff collection because I like collecting. CounterMeasures, and most of these I barely remember anything about, which shows how much they made an impact. This is by Fred Olin Ray. 9 times out of 10, it's like, holy shit, this is a bad movie. Submarine gets hijacked. They're trying to stop these terrorists from the Odessa, an elite Russian nuclear submarine, has been hijacked in Syrian waters. On board is a doomsday device that could trigger a nuclear holocaust and obliterate half the world. Submarine expert Zach Silver and the USS Springfield have been deployed to use every weapon and every breath to dismantle the terrorist diabolical plan. And the Odessa is in this frantic race against time. And one of the special features is a quiz. Weirdly enough. Is this movie good? Yes or no? Fuck no, but yeah, it's for the collection. This is another one that was sent to me from overseas, which I'm glad to have for the collection. It's more of a courtroom drama with a teeny bit of thriller aspect. In her defense, the glare. A lawyer has to defend his girlfriend for a crime that he committed himself. And funny enough, the character he plays is Andrew Garfield, which is funny because I was mentioning Spider-Man, and Andrew Garfield played Spider-Man in The Amazing Spider-Man. Go figure. I'm not kidding. Andrew Garfield. He has a love affair with his deaf woman. Her husband comes home early. Dudikoff's character shoots him. The police think she did it. Wants Dudikoff to defend her. He has to defend her without drawing suspicion upon himself. It just wasn't that interesting of a film. It was a fairly boring flick. And it's not an action film. But even as a thriller, I think films like Midnight Ride were better thrillers than that. That seems like a movie that would be a Lifetime channel or something. Or Oxygen, or whatever the fuck it's called. Whatever those channels are called. Movie Target, this movie's as shitty as the cover makes it seem like. I mean, look at this. It's like, they went to plaid. Spaceballs 2, the sequel. Look at this. What the fuck is this cover? Are they in Johnny Mnemonic? Are they on a computer? One of the worst covers I've seen in a while. At least, doing this series of videos. And Billy D. Williams has a pretty nothing role. I don't remember a damn thing about this. Dudikoff, I guess, is a bounty hunter. He's framed for murder. Gang warfare in the Russian-American crime syndicate. I don't remember much of any action. Made by Damian Lee, which that's not much of a director. From Artistry Home Entertainment. The fuck is Artistry? Artistry Entertainment? Then we have this, which I have these two Chuck Norris films on another DVD set, but I got it for Bounty Hunters and Bounty Hunters 2. Entertaining films to show Michael Dudikoff in a little bit of a different side, where he's a bit more humorous, a bit more wisecracking, and these are fun movies. I think I remember the first one being a bit better than the second one, but these were fun time wasters. I thought him and Lisa Howard, yeah, they're in both films. I thought they worked fine together. Both directed by the same guy, George Ershbaumer. Tony Curtis, he's in Bounty Hunters 2. Yeah, these were decent time wasters. At least I thought. Then you have Quicksand. Sally. I think this is one of the last films Dudikoff did. At least that he was a star. Dan Hedaya. Richard Kind, which he was on the TV show Spin City. You won't see it from this picture, but he was sort of a pretty goofy character on the TV show Spin City. Then you have Sam Firstenberg, the guy who worked on American Ninja with him. And Brooke Thies, who I think was in Nightmare on Elm Street 4. Could be wrong on that. Should look that up. But yeah, Quicksand, it's trying to be the General's Daughter. Kind of like that Lou Diamond Phillips film, Murder at the Presidio. Although I would say I like Murder at the Presidio even more than this. Like, this was even more boring than that one. I have a computer, might as well look up. He's a military psychiatrist, just met the woman of his dreams, but she's the General's daughter. She's his new patient, and she's entangled in a shadowy and lethal conspiracy. Is she guilty or a victim? I just remember not much of fucking anything happening in this movie. It's not an action film. It's a thriller, but I didn't feel any thrills from it. Well, I should mention before I go on, of course, he was in a Blink and You Miss It role in Tron. Blink and You Miss It role in Uncommon Valor. I forgot he was in Bachelor Party. I do have Bachelor Party. I did have fun with Bachelor Party. I completely forgot he was in it. Radioactive Dreams I haven't seen in maybe 15 years. I remember not thinking much of anything of it. And I want to see... Yeah, this is one of his last roles. 2002. Yes, she was in Nightmare on Elm Street 4. I think she was the one doing the... Like, she got turned into a bug. I think that was her. But yeah, this movie isn't much of anything to run home about. It's... I would definitely say one of his worst ones. Or at least one of his more boring ones. Although, you know what? I'd rather watch that than this one. I would say this is his most boring one, in her defense. This, I guess, I'm just pretty disappointed because it was the director of American Ninja 1 and 2 and Avenging Force, and they're together again. The director is together with the actor, and they did this fucking movie. Now, after... When he did American Ninja, he did Avenging Force, American Ninja 2, Platoon Leader. He then did this film, which... I know it's a two-pack with this Brenda Starr movie. But River of Death. This is another one I was pretty disappointed in. It's a Canon Films picture I'm like, okay, it's got Robert Vaughn, Donald Pleasance. The idea seemed interesting. Action adventure on the Amazon, where to trace the origin of a deadly virus that is actually a germ experiment concocted decades ago by the Nazis. And a doctor's going to spread his plague through the world using the Amazon River as his carrier. I thought, oh, it'd be like a entertaining B movie, more boring than anything. I barely remember much about the flick. River of Death. Did Midnight Ride, American Ninja 4, The Woman Who Sinned, never even heard of, Human Shield, haven't seen, I've only seen bits and pieces. Rescue Me was there, Chain Command I liked. Let's see, Cyberjack? I think I used to have that on VHS, but I don't have it anymore. I barely remember anything about fucking Cyberjack. I think Brian James was the villain, and I think he played a janitor. It was trying to be like Die Hard, but it was failed completely. That's as much as I remember of it. They did Soldier Boys, Bounty Hunters, Moving Target, Strategic Command. Then he did Crash Dive. And yeah, this is when Canon Films was long gone, and he was, yeah. Well, this is Royal Oaks Entertainment and a Cabin Fever Entertainment. Sadly, I'd rather watch Cabin Fever than this movie, and that's sad. But yeah, Crash Dive, which I always get this confused with Strategic Command, since they're both about fucking submarines, and most of these direct-to-video submarine films, they just steal footage from The Hunt for Red October, among other flicks, maybe Das Boot. They just steal footage from them, mainly Hunt for Red October. And this has like a fucking essay. Look at that. It has like a fucking essay, which I'm not going to read. Written by Andrew Stevens, who's usually an actor, but this time he directed this one. Yeah. Crash Dive. I don't remember a fucking thing about this movie. But again, for the Dudikoff collection. Then you have Freedom Strike. Yes, with Tone Loc from Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. Yo, Ace is in the house. I remember this not being as bad as Strategic Command and Crash Dive. I'm not sure why. Maybe that moved at like a little bit of a better pace, but it still wasn't like a good movie. Covert mission to sabotage an Iraqi nuclear reactor mobilizes America's best Tomcat pilots. Captain Stone and his partner James McDonald execute their patriotic mission under the cover of night to protect American soil from terrorists preparing to strike. Can Stone and McDonald complete the mission before the terrorists launch their attack on the free world? Barely remember the movies as well. And no, I haven't seen these two other movies. I only got it for Freedom Strike. He did a Western called The Shooter, which I have not seen. I forgot he was in the Ringmaster, which starred Jerry Springer. Completely forgot about that. I haven't seen it. He did Black Thunder, which I thought I had, but I must have gotten rid of the movie without realizing it. I thought I had it, but unless I put it somewhere I couldn't find it, but fuck if I know. I'm not missing much with the film, so it wasn't a good film. Let's see, see, Silencer, Ablaze. That was one of those awful movies where you had people like Tom Arnold and I think Ice-T or something. Like, you had a bunch of recognizable people, and it was a lot of stock footage from other movies. Yeah, Tom Arnold, Michael Dudikoff, Ice-T, Amanda Pays from Leviathan and the TV show The Flash, Edward Albert, Larry Poindexter, Billy Zabka, Richard Biggs, and there was just Kathy Lee Crosby, and yeah, it was a lot of. Oh, of course, it's Jim Wynorski. Like, the one film he did decent was Chopping Mall. Other than that, they suck. Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, Ablaze had a car chase that was straight out of Striking Distance with Bruce Willis. And this other film called City on Fire, they just stole a lot of footage from that too. And Gale Force, which I don't have, but I remember the trailer for it, once again with Jim Wynorski, it stars Treat Williams. I think Michael Dudikoff's the villain. You also have Curtis Armstrong from Revenge of the Nerds. I think that's one they stole. Was that the one they stole the sequence from Last Action Hero? I don't know if I type the trailer, I won't play it, but well, not without sound. I'll just because they put it in the trailer. The Action Master on his YouTube channel. The Action Master. I remember being in a trailer to one of these. You know what? It might have been another one. It might have been the. Nah, I'm thinking of something else. I think. Sorry, now I'm stuck on this. What was that other movie? God dang it. I think it was another movie. It was another movie because it was a trailer. It ripped off scenes from Cliffhanger and Last Action Hero. Anyway. Well, hell, why don't I just do this? I'll go back to Gale Force. I know it's a bit lengthy, but fuck it. I go back to Gale Force. I click on Treat Williams. I'll recognize the name. I know it was in the 2000s it was made. It was it Crash Point Zero? Might have been Crash Point Zero. Sorry, folks. I know this is. Fuck it. I mean, I can't help it. It's live. It's Memorex. Yeah, I think it's Crash Point Zero. I believe. Yeah, I know they still footage from Cliffhanger. Long Kiss Goodnight. God, no, I'm stuck on it. They didn't say in the trailer. What the hell? Sorry, I gotta double check. Someone uploaded Gale Force. Oh my god, it is Gale Force. Okay. Okay, I was right the first time. It was Gale Force. Because the opening of the film, he's wearing the same jacket that Arnold wears in Jack Slater and the red shirt underneath. If you look up Gale Force from like 2001, 2002, there's like someone uploaded here and it has like the little box on the corner. This Elias Holland with 2 L's. He uploaded Gale Force 2002. That's what it says here. The beginning, he has the same outfit Treat Williams has. That's a funny aside. And the scene with the bomb in the house and gets to the car chase. Jesus. So I know that was a diversion, but oh well. The last one I have, I feel, is Fugitive Mind. Another lame flick, which has Heather Langenkamp from Nightmare on Elm Street. She's in this flick. He doesn't. He has amnesia. He doesn't remember anything. Pretty much trying to take it from the Manchurian Candidate, where he's been programmed to do certain things. And, you know, can he stop him? Can his wife save him? It's not as sci-fi as this cover makes it seem like. But yeah, it's definitely a weird cover for a pretty uninteresting movie. Of course, it's Fred Olen Ray, so that's why. But again, got it for the Dudikoff collection. And then, yeah, I did the Silencer, Ablaze, Gale Force, Quicksand, Black Horizon, which I forgot about. That was his last film before his like 10-year hiatus, and then he was a supporting role in not Navy SEALs vs. Zombies, which I've seen clips of. He's pretty much just in a command center standing. He's not in the action. And then he's in these films called The Bouncer and Enter the Fist and The Golden Fleecing, which I've never heard of. And for a year, for 20 episodes, he was in a TV show called Cobra, which has nothing to do with the movie with Stallone. But yeah, that's sad, is that after Canon Films went under, he kind of was in such a string of really bad movies. I mean, I would say American Ninja 2, American Ninja, Avenging Force are some of his best ones. I would put Chain of Command up there, Platoon Leader up there. But I've made a lot of awful ones. Countermeasures, Inner Defense, Quicksand, Moving Target. I remember Black Horizon now that I saw that title. But yeah, this is my Michael Dudikoff collection. I don't know if he'll ever make a comeback, but there you go. Thanks for watching. Take care, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.